Let me describe a couple to you and tell me if this sounds familiar. She's in marketing, making $62,000 a year. He's in IT, pulling in $71,000. Combined household income, $133,000. Statistically, that puts them in the top 25% of American households. By all logic, they should be crushing it. They should be maxing out retirement accounts, taking nice vacations, and feeling financially bulletproof. But they aren't. Instead, they're stressed. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They have maybe 2 months of expenses saved up. And that's being generous. When their car broke down last month, they panicked. They had to put it on a credit card. They did everything right. Degrees, careers, marriage, bought a house in a decent school district. So why does it feel like they're drowning? Why does a household making over 6 figures feel so financially fragile? If you've ever looked at your combined income and thought, we make too much money to feel this broke, this video is for you. You're not crazy. You're just caught in a systemic glitch. It's called the two-income trap, and today we're going to dismantle it. To understand why you're drowning, we have to look back at 1970. Back then, the typical middle-class family had one primary breadwinner. And here's the part that sounds like fiction today. One income was actually enough. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that a median single-income family in 1970 could afford a home, a car, health care, and still have money left over for savings. But they had something even more valuable than money. They had margin. They had a backup plan. If the dad lost his job or got sick, the mom could enter the workforce. That potential second income was an uncashed insurance policy. It was a safety valve waiting to be opened. Fast forward to today, we've turned on that safety valve permanently. Just to keep the lights on. We've sent the second earner into the workforce not to get ahead, but just to stay afloat. And in doing so, we burned our only backup plan. But wait, you say, 2 incomes mean double the money, right? Wrong. This is the biggest financial bait-and-switch in modern history. Let's do the brutal math on that second income. Let's say your partner goes back to work to bring in an extra $50,000. It sounds like a lot, but watch it vanish. First, the tax man. Because of progressive tax brackets, this second income is taxed at the highest marginal rate. Federal tax, state tax, Social Security. Boom. That $50,000 is now $32,000. Second, the child care tax. The average cost of daycare is roughly $15,000 per year, per child. Got 2 kids? That's $30,000 gone. But let's be conservative and say $15,000. Your $32,000 is now $17,000. Third, the commuter tax. 2 jobs mean 2 commutes. Gas, maintenance, wear, and tear. Maybe a second car payment. Let's call it $5,000 a year. Now you're down to $12,000. Fourth, the exhaustion tax. This is the silent killer. When both parents work 50 hours a week, nobody cooks. Nobody cleans. You pay for convenience. Take out food. Dry cleaning, house services. Even just $5,000 a year here is a low estimate. The result? That $50,000 salary has withered down to a net profit of $7,000. That's roughly $3 an hour. You're trading your time, your presence with your children, and your mental health ... for $3 an hour. But losing the money isn't even the worst part. The worst part is losing your freedom. Because banks look at your combined income, they approve you for a mortgage based on 2 salaries. So what do families do? They bid against each other. It's an arms race. To get your kids into a good school district, you have to outbid the other dual-income families. So you buy the house that requires 2 incomes to afford. You lease the cars that require 2 incomes to finance, and snap. The trap closes. In 1970, if a breadwinner got laid off, the family tightened their belt. It was hard, but they survived. Today, if one of you loses a job, or gets sick, or needs to care for an aging parent, you go bankrupt. You have built a financial engine that requires 100% fuel 100% of the time. There's no slack, no margin for error. You're walking a tightrope over a canyon. Without a safety net. So what's the solution? Should we all quit our jobs? No. The solution is to change the architecture of your life. You need to adopt the one-income foundation. Here's the rule. Structure your fixed monthly costs, your mortgage, your utilities, your food to be covered by one income. Ideally, the lower of the two incomes. I know what you're thinking. But we can't afford that house. Then you can't afford that house. But we need 2 cars. Buy cheaper cars. This requires a massive ego death. It means driving past the big houses you technically qualify for and buying the modest home you can actually afford. It means ignoring the Joneses. But here's the magic. If you live on one income, the second income transforms. It stops being survival money and starts being freedom money. Every dollar from that second job goes straight into building wealth, 100% into debt destruction, then 100% into investments, then 100% into buying back your time. The two-income trap isn't really about money. It's about flexibility. Our grandparents had something we traded away, the ability to absorb a shock. The ability to say, I quit, without losing the roof over their heads. Real wealth isn't the luxury car in the driveway. Real wealth is knowing that if your boss screams at you tomorrow, you can walk away, and your family will be fine. Stop trying to win the rat race by running faster. Step off the track. Build a fortress on one income. And use the second one to buy your freedom. If this video woke you up, hit that subscribe button. We're just getting started exposing the system. Welcome to the resistance.